What's up, everybody? Luke here. Today we're going to talk about a very important concept, and that is the concept of preferred minerals. So nutritional balancing science, like I said, this is a very important concept. So you have to realize that the body needs specific minerals to complete specific tasks in the body. Okay, so if, for example, if you think of your stomach enzymes, your body absolutely needs zinc, and zinc is required to produce those stomach enzymes in the body. The same is true of all the minerals, okay? Your body needs manganese to perform certain tasks. It's needed in the Krebs cycle and your energy production, okay? Your body needs copper. It needs copper for your immune response, to fight fungal infections and things like that. Your body needs selenium to produce glutathione and produce, for your body, for your thyroid to produce the T4 hormone. So this is true with all the minerals. So the concept of preferred minerals is very important. Okay, so why this is important is because the body, if it's not getting enough of a certain mineral that it really wants, it will replace it in the enzyme binding site with another mineral. Okay, and it tends to do this with like charges. Okay, so if you think of the periodic table, right? So in the periodic table, as you know, there's columns, and then the columns have the same charge. And so what that means is that they have the same number of valence electrons. Okay, so a good example of this is the halogens. So you think of the halogens, they're all lined up, okay? And that means they all have the same charge. And so what we find today is that many people are lacking iodine, which is one of the halogens. And what happens is that people are exposed to so many things that compete with iodine for absorption that the body has too many of the other halogens in the body. Okay, so for example, chlorine, fluorine, those are two major ones, okay? And they compete with iodine for absorption. So people, as you know, are exposed to these things all the time. People swim in chlorinated pools, people drink chlorinated water, they drink fluoridated water, there's fluoride in your toothpaste, all these things. Okay, and also bromine. Bromine's also a big one. Bromine, chlorine, and fluorine all compete with iodine for absorption. And so bromine also, they put iodine in swimming pools and hot tubs just like chlorine. It has a lot of the same functions as chlorine. They also, many people don't know this, they put bromine in most bread, okay? It's part of the yeast process that they actually use bromine in bread. And so when you're eating like wheat flour, for example, most of like the white bread that you're eating is, it contains bromine, okay? So like I said, people are exposed to this way too much, and then what happens is not only are these toxic to the body, but the body will actually use them in the enzyme binding sites because they're not getting enough iodine. And so this is a leading cause of hypothyroidism today, is that the thyroid, it needs iodine, but it can't put them in the enzyme binding sites because the toxic, the fluorine or something like that is blocking it in the enzyme. And so when we detox the body, the concept of preferred minerals becomes very important because we're trying to remineralize the body. We're trying to replace, we're trying to replace the chlorine, the fluorine, and the bromine. We're trying to replace all three of those with iodine, which is what the body really wants. Okay, and this is true with everything, like I said. And so, people have too much copper in their bodies when the body really needs zinc. And so you have to get rid of the copper in the enzyme binding sites to replace it with zinc. Cadmium also replaces zinc. Cadmium is one of the worst ones because cadmium actually has the same charge. Okay, so cadmium and zinc, like I was talking about valence electrons, they both have a +2 charge. Okay, and so this is very important concept as well. And so the heavy metals like lead, arsenic, cadmium, nickel, those are replaced, they replace zinc, and they also replace other very important minerals in the body. And so what we have to do is we have to get them out of there, and we have to supply the body with enough of the preferred minerals so we can do it, okay? So that's why we always supply extra minerals, because it's hard to get enough from the diet today. And you have to also detox the body. Raising the energy level of the body, balancing the oxidation rate is very important. And also detox procedures, such as the sauna. Your skin will sweat out the unwanted minerals, okay? So I've had clients, and I know other people as well, where they've swum in chlorinated pools their whole lives, and when they get in the sauna, they'll actually have chlorine escape from their pores, and they can smell it, okay? So they'll be in the sauna, and they can actually smell the chlorine coming from their skin. A lot of the a lot of chemicals have that, and a lot of heavy metals as well also have certain scents that people will actually smell. People that smoke cigarettes their whole life, so they'll actually smell like ash. They'll have like an ashy smell, and they'll taste it when they detox it from their livers and things like that. And so, you know, it's important to realize that everyone has these heavy metals to an extent, and then, you know, because children are just born with it. And so, you know, and it's important to realize also that there could be different stages of remineralization of the body, right? So, for example, you may have a toxic form of a mineral, and then your body replaces that with another mineral, but it actually wants an even other mineral, okay? So maybe it wants, you know, something like that's really like a rare earth mineral, for example. So maybe you had a toxic form of vanadium, and then your body got rid of that toxic form, replaced it with zinc, but then eventually your body wants to replace that zinc with a more biological active form of vanadium, or vanadium, I don't know how you say it. But this is true with a lot of minerals, you know, so you may replace something with, you know, with zinc, but it really wants a special form of selenium. Okay, so remineralization of the body can pretty much go on forever, and as you develop on a program and you get healthier and healthier, this process continues throughout the whole program. Okay, and you know it's also important to realize that there are special forms of minerals. You know, not all zinc is created equal, not all selenium is created equal. There are certain more biologically active forms in certain foods. That's one of the reasons why we recommend blue corn so much. It's not just specifically because it has a lot of selenium in it, but the selenium in it is a more biologically active form that the body needs for certain like higher brain function and things like that. So this is also an important concept that, you know, maybe there's a toxic metal in, and then it gets rid of the toxic metal, replaces it with zinc, but maybe it wants a different form of zinc eventually, and then that process just keeps going. Okay, and that's how the body continues to build health. Okay, that's a very important concept because many people do not realize the importance of minerals and just how important they are in the body. They're the building blocks. You have to realize this. They're the really underlying structure. Okay, and if you can get the minerals that the body wants where it wants, health will be restored, and the human organism will be functioning properly. So I hope that helps you guys out, and I'll talk to you guys later.